Oh, we're now live on Instagram. And we're live on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. This is Billy Parrott, Billy and B-Town, Meridian Real Estate, and I'm here live at the Moss Mansion with our friend Allie Turner. Thanks for doing this again.
Yes, of course.
We were just talking about this. I think we did this about 2 years ago,
Yeah,
3 years ago, some time ago.
It blends. It blends really hard.
All the years blended. I was wearing a Count Dracula hat. She's probably like, she's crazy.
No, not at all. I'm like, you do you, boo.
She was kind of like, look at me like, okay, sounds good. So today I toned it down a little bit. I'm just wearing a top hat. Yeah, thank you. So we're here today because you guys got a lot of stuff going on.
So many things.
Yeah.
So many things.
So I wanted to let the world know, especially maybe you're traveling into Billings here in October, or you live in Billings. Definitely, it's so much fun. But give us a little bit of background about what the Moss Mansion is. For those that don't know.
So the mansion was made in 1903, or was built in 1903 by P.B. Moss and his family. And so they lived here until the 80s, actually, which is crazy. But what makes it so unique is everything in the house is original to like 1903 for the most part. Okay. There's hit or misses, but for the most part. And the family never changed anything. So like through the years, even when like, shag carpet was real in, they were like, nope, we're going to keep our very pristine like 1900s house.
Thank goodness.
And I know, right? It's pretty good. So that's kind of how it just became original. And so then it became a historic house museum once the last family member who lived here passed. Okay. And then at that time we became a museum, and we've kind of just been going ever since. But P.B. Moss was a big influence in the Billings community. He really helped to grow what it is. I know a lot of people don't hear his name. You hear like Fair, Yeagan, Zimmerman, all those ones all the time. You never hear Moss's name, but he did a lot. Like we were just saying when we walked in here this morning, we're like, oh, it smells like sugar beets. Yeah. PB started the sugar beet factory.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
So a little bit of everything that you see every day in Billings was started by PB, which is kind of cool. So.
And he moved here from New York, right?
Missouri.
Oh, yeah. Missouri.
Paris, Missouri.
Oh, okay. Paris. I don't know where I got New York from.
Well, I mean, the girls went to New York for finishing school. Okay. The boys went to school in New York. There's a lot of different things in between. So yeah.
Very cool.
No, it's just a really cool place to be. It has good history. It was a family home for so long, and you still kind of get that vibe from it, which is really good.
Okay.
So,
nice. Yeah. You kind of like feel.
Yeah, we always say it's very homey here.
Very homey.
Maybe other people might not agree.
Yeah. They're like, get me out of here quickly. So, of course, I'm in real estate, and I want to know how many square foot is this place? It's huge.
It is pretty massive. So it's 60 by 60 on each floor, and there's 4 floors.
Wow.
Can you do math?
4 floors? No, don't make me do math. I don't know.
It's just under 15,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's on 2 acres, right?
Yeah, give or take, probably.
Wow.
Like I basically just tell people it's a square block.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's probably easier. Yeah. So it used to be bigger, like more acreage, but they kind of sold it off, which is really common. So like if you go into this area, you'll be like, oh, mansion, small house, mansion, small house. And it's because those houses, they had all those acreage, and then they would sell them off. And then people would build houses.
Oh,
that's why.
Because I always heard it was because you had the rich people living in the big house, and then those houses were for the servants. So that's good to know.
They could be too, but I think most of them were like, it was like people parceled their land.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's some really cool houses.
I know. I want to knock on people's doors.
I know.
Like, hi.
Can I come in?
Is that an option?
Well, and you guys, not to bypass what we're talking about, you guys do historic home tours, right? Where you kind of take people around.
We used to, we did. And then, but the Western Heritage Center does.
They do a
walking tour of our neighborhood.
Okay. I just remember doing it once here, and I'm like, this is like the coolest thing
I know.
ever.
We have a walking tour you can get online. You can just like print it out or have it on your phone, and you can walk the neighborhood, and it gives you like the history.
Oh, that's
just
cool.
on our website.
So you can just do it on your own with your friends.
Yep. And be like, oh, who lives here? I'm sure everyone in the neighborhood's like, why are people creeping up
my house? Why are they like looking in my window? Maybe don't look in the windows if you do the tour.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a cool neighborhood. It's a cool house. We love being here.
Yeah.
We couldn't be more grateful. So
Yeah, and we're smack dab downtown Billings.
Yeah.
Division and what would you say? This
We're between Clark and Yellowstone.
Clark and Yellowstone.
Yes.
Okay, Clark and Yellowstone.
Again, square block.
Yeah. One big square block. Yes. Yes. No, I love it. I love this house. And so how many bedrooms would you say?
So technically there's only 6 bedrooms.
Okay. And a 15,000 square foot house. Wow.
But like very common for the time period is like people would share bedrooms or like we have the nursery is attached to the master bedroom.
Oh.
So that Maddie, Mrs. Moss, could, get to her children when they were really little and staying in the nursery. So very of the time period and of like there's only one bathroom that the family would share on the second floor.
Oh my gosh.
There are toilets on every floor of the house now. There are toilets on every floor of the house. But like there's only a bathtub. There's a bathtub on that second floor that the family used. And then there was a bathtub on the 3rd floor, but that was for the servants.
Oh wow.
They got the cooler bathtub anyway. So
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it's massive.
Oh, really? Wow, okay.
So that was just very of the time period. They didn't have the technology to do anything bigger than that.
That's just so cool. And it's kept that way.
Yeah, exactly. So I always joke that the only thing they updated through the years was the tub and the toilet.
Oh, the tub and the toilet. Well, I guess plumbing.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Everything else stayed the same.
Everything else is the same. No, and it's so cool. Like you can kind of see we're in the dining room right now.
Yeah.
It's probably not. It used to be a fireplace. I'm assuming.
It's actually always been a fake fireplace.
It's always been a fake fireplace.
Because PB, there's a letter that PB wrote to Maddie, or Maddie wrote to PB that says like, I don't want a real fireplace because the soot will ruin the wood in the room. So they did it on purpose. So instead we have a giant grate in the floor.
Okay.
And it's like old school forced air, but there's no force. So essentially there's a radiator hanging from beneath and then the heat rises. Not very well. It's very cold. The heat rises and then it's supposed to distribute.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
Yes, that's what, because again, no radiators in this room either.
And is it like that in the whole house too?
No, it's just on aesthetically. So like it's only this room and the French parlor, which is the big pink room that everyone knows of.
Yeah.
Again, they didn't want radiators in there because it would ruin the way that the room looked. And they didn't want a real fireplace because it would ruin the silk on the walls.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know, is that wild?
That is crazy.
But like we still are like, okay.
It's so cool.
We make lots of jokes about this. We're like, this is where you hide your treasures.
Yeah.
It's like empty on the inside. You just
can open that and then
for sure.
Oh,
there's nothing behind it.
Can people hide in there? Is it big enough to hide?
No, I wish. A small child.
I was gonna say for your haunted tour, to pop out. Hello. That would scare somebody.
Oh my god, it would get you good. It would get me good, probably.
Yeah. So speaking of haunted, myth or fact, the Moss Mansion is haunted?
Oh, that's a hard question. It depends on who you talk to.
Okay.
That's what I always tell people. We do have a lot of ghost stories.
Okay.
But if we do have ghosts, they're not bad ghosts.
Okay.
We always say they're nice.
They're friendly.
They're here to they like what we do. They like to play jokes, that kind of stuff. So probably fact in its own way, but if you don't believe it, I mean, nothing bad, nothing malicious. And it's a really funny thing because it never happens to staff.
Really?
So very few of us have ghost stories. But volunteers, people who come in one time, those are the people who have ghost stories. And it's so interesting to me.
And they come in one time because of that.
Yeah. No, they're like, I'm done.
No,
I'm out now.
I don't want to see more ghosts. I don't want to do it. And my Instagram paused. Okay, there we go. Maybe that was a trick right there that they paused the Wi-Fi.
You never know in this house. Literally yesterday, my coworker and I were leaving and we were talking about something in the mortgage entryway and we heard music and we were like, where is that coming from?
Whoa.
And we were like, does one of us leave our music on upstairs? So I walked upstairs, nothing there. I was like, are the Sonos on? Nothing there. We walked downstairs, no music there. I have no clue. It could have been from outside. I don't know.
Were they playing Taylor Swift?
No.
Are they Swifties?
We would have recognized that. Trust me.
You're like, play Taylor.
And both of us, and then we walked outside. We walked around the whole house, and there was no one outside. So I was like, I don't know what that was. Who knows?
What kind of music was it? Like classical?
It was hard. It was enough to hear that it was some type of music. Like I would say like 60s, 70s maybe. Or something like that. Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Weird things.
That's crazy. What other stories have you heard?
So this one actually is really funny. It's not funny maybe for the person it happened to, but it's funny for me. I was in this room and it was actually last Halloween for horror theater. Oh, this guy comes up to one of my museum assistants and was like, "Hey, is there like a little child in this horror theater?" And the guy, Grant, my museum assistant, was like, "I don't think so. Like, I'm not really sure." And then he comes up to me and my other coworker, Ashley, and was like, "Hey, is there like a child in this horror?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, it is all adults." And he was like, "I swear to God that there was a child on top of the break front, which is this big, like, China captain, essentially. Yeah. Looking down at me. And there was 2 people who said they saw it. It wasn't just him. It was another guy, too. And the guy was so freaked out. And I was like, "It's fine. Like, they're not going to hurt you." And he was like, "Nope.
Oh,
I'm
my God.
I'm done."
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. So I was like, "Okay, well, I'm glad she showed herself to you."
Wow. And do you think that might be the daughter that?
Yeah, so Virginia, who's the youngest Moss, she passed when she was 6. Yeah. Or 5 or 6. And so a lot of people, they say like that's who haunts the house is Virginia. So that's probably the most common stories you hear is like seeing a little girl, or the seeing is rare, but like hearing a little girl on the stairs, that's a common one I've heard. Just kind of like I think Marlene said she heard a child's voice one time in this room say in like "Daddy" in this room right now. So I know, don't be scary. So it's definitely, you know, everyone has their own experiences here, but like we said, like nothing malicious. Yeah. And it's an old house. Yeah. So like you're gonna yeah. I'm here by myself, and you sometimes, and you hear it sounds like doors, it sounds like, you know, windows, but again, old house, you just don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah, right. So you haven't yourself seen anything? I haven't seen anything. The only thing that happened to me was we had a lot of heaters in the house one time. So this is weird. So we had a ton of heaters in the house because we had water damage. Oh. And almost every staff member during that time had a ghost experience. Really? And so if you talk to ghost people, they say like extreme temperatures, things like that, extreme change will, yeah. But I was upstairs on the 2nd floor waiting for my coworker. She went down the stairs and I distinctly heard footsteps ahead of top of me on the 3rd floor. And I knew we were the only people in the house. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, wow. And you didn't like venture up there? No, I was like, "Yeah, you're good. I don't want to know." And I mean, that's not the first time that's happened to us. There's been times where like we're in the house doing something and we hear footsteps above us and we're like, is there someone up there? Yeah. Or because there's so many of us coming and going all the time, you just never know. Right. But at that time, I was like, no, for sure. Yeah, no. You do you, ghost. This is happening. Just don't touch me. Jennifer Dowd, she says, "Good morning. Love the story. Love the building." Oh, thank you. And Frank, my husband. Good morning. Good morning, Frank. He loves this place too. I'm trying to get him to come to one of these. No, you guys should. Yeah. It's oh my God, we have so many cool things coming up too. Yeah, so tell us about it. Okay, so next Friday we have what's called the Witches and Wizards Spirits. Yes. Have you ever been to one of our spirit events? No, okay. I've been wanting to. So the way that they work is we essentially do 5 cocktail stations inside and outside, and they're themed after different things. So we've done Harry Potter ones, but we're doing witch ones. So it's like Sabrina, Harry Potter, Wizard of Oz, anything that has like a witch orientation. Right. And then the way that it works is you go up to the station, you have to play like a little mini game in order to earn your cocktails because we don't give them away for free. That's cool. But they're fun games. Like one of them is Flip Cup. Oh, wow. I would fail at that. And so we play games and you get to do all these fun things. And then there's like a scavenger hunt. There's vendors outside so you can go shopping. Oh. We do a costume contest and people don't mess around with their costumes. They do not mess around. Oh, that's good. So that's good. They bring the competition. Oh, yeah. Okay. People like last year we did this. They like handcrafted their witch hats. Really? It was unreal. Yeah. I was like, what? This is wild. Wow. So we do that. That's Friday, October 13th.
Okay.
Because we're like,
October 13th. That's perfect.
we were like, this is a perfect day, Friday the 13th.
I love it.
So we do that one, probably one of our favorites. And then we go on and we do what's called booze clues.
Okay.
So if you've ever played one of our clue games, the way those work is essentially we hide clues throughout the house and you search for them and you're trying to solve who did it in what room with what weapon.
Okay, just like the clue game.
Just like the clue game.
Yeah.
Our booze clues, we add cocktail stations, but the characters, so the people at the station are the clue characters.
Oh.
So you get to talk to them and they'll help you. And there's other like little things that we do that we don't tell people until they're here.
Yeah.
But they're really fun, really unique. And then once you solve the puzzle, then you get to tell the secret person they'll let you down into our speakeasy. Oh. And then then you get one more cocktail at the end.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really sweet. So that one's really fun. Very unique. That one's cool because you can just, our time slots are every 10 minutes.
Oh.
For that one. So like you're here for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
But we start every 10 minutes. So like if you wanted to go to dinner and then go, you could do that. Okay. Or like some people will come and, do their experience and then go to dinner. So
make it an event.
Yeah, basically. We do that. And then we are doing ghost tours this year, but they're sold out and I'm really sorry.
It's already sold out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. So, but we still have one more thing. Our big thing is horror theater.
That's not sold out yet.
No,
okay.
It's not.
Okay. I was like, I gotta get on it. So those do sell out.
They do sell out. So We're doing it a little different this year. So traditionally, the way that people have experienced it is we have a maze outside and then horror theater inside. Well, we don't have our maze this year.
I heard about that.
So what we're doing instead is like the moment you get on the lawn, your experience is going to begin.
Oh.
So we are doing booking in advance. We'll open tickets October 23rd.
Okay, October 23rd, you guys.
Online. And so you put them on. You can go online and book your time slot. But the way it works is you come to the mansion. You'll come in on the Clark side. You'll check in with us. We'll get you all squared away. And then when your tour starts, so if your tour starts at 7, your guide come and gets you. And you're going to go through the moss lawn with your guide and then go into the house. Nice. So there's a whole bunch more scaring.
I like it.
And we were making a lot of jokes the other day about how we're going to scare people. And I'm very excited.
Oh, fun. I love it.
So what we'll do is like our time slots are every 10 minutes, but the experience itself is like probably anywhere between like 25 and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on the group and what it looks like. And we really sometimes don't know until we get like really in deep into it.
Right.
But you come to your experience and then that's every 10 minutes. So groups, so like when you go to book online, you can be like, okay, I want the 7:10, and then you'll come like 10 minutes early, check in. Or, I know some people don't like to book online.
Yeah.
If we have walk-ups, what we'll do is we will post those on our Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So the day of, like in the afternoon, we'll be like, we have these walk-up availabilities if we have any, or we'll say if we're sold out, or like, so I always tell people, watch our Facebook, because we're trying to post as much as we can so that you can have a positive experience.
Yeah. And it's fun. I got to be kind of in it. And as a tour guide. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but that's how Wanda Buy a House, you guys know Wanda Buy a House, that's how she became live, was doing this tour.
Yeah.
And I kept going with the character. I just came up with this character because they're like, do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it like this. And all of a sudden she's like this huge
amazing.
Like,
it was amazing.
Everybody knows who Wanda Buy a House is. And everybody loved her as a tour guide.
I know.
And it was a blast.
Oh my God, people are so funny. I love watching people exit the house and their facial expressions.
Yes. And it's so much fun seeing people get scared. And it's weird how some people react. Like some people get like, instead of acting scared, they're like, oh, like I'm going to beat up or what, you know what I mean? They get like, it's so fun.
Yeah. And some people laugh.
Yes.
That's me. I just laugh really hard when I get scared.
Too. Yeah. I just laugh. But it's hard to keep it together because like it's so hard. You want to laugh at these people. It's so much fun.
Love sometimes because I have to go up and down the stairs a lot for numerous reasons throughout the night, and so sometimes I have to wait until tours have passed me.
Right.
And so lots of times I'll jump on the 3rd floor and because when they're in the stairwell, or I'll turn the lights on.
Oh, hilarious! That's so cool. I love that. It's so much
It's
fun.
really fun. Like
It
there's
is.
and it's a really cool, unique experience. I always tell people like people call a lot and they're like, oh, is it good for kids?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a parent's discretion.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if your kid loves scary things, they're probably gonna adore it.
Yes.
If it's not their fan favorite, like do not bring them.
Probably not
I've
a
had
good
many
idea.
crying children.
Yeah.
Many crying children.
Uh-huh.
Some crying teenagers.
Oh,
and a
really?
few adults.
Crying teenagers?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had a girl one time, she couldn't even go up the stairs because she was too scared.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And I was like, we were like, do you need to leave? And she was like, yes.
Wow.
And I was like, I get it. I totally like that anticipation and the like, oh
yeah,
it's not for you. Don't do it.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't.
And it's a fun way to tour the mansion. Like if you haven't toured it yet, like you see it like all creepy.
It is. You don't see it as like well as you would during the day. But like you can get a feel for that.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's funny because if you've never been in here, it feels very like you feel so turned around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you've never been in the house, like for us, it's very intuitive because we're here all the time.
Yeah.
But I always forget when I do tours and stuff. People are like,
where do I go?
How do I get out? I'm like, oh yeah, that's that way. So I guess it happens a lot.
Yeah. And so so the tickets go until October 23rd.
Yeah.
So when does it actually start?
So it starts on that Thursday.
Okay.
That's the 28th.
I have no clue. Let's just say that.
Yeah, 28th. I'm pretty sure.
That Thursday. Look at your calendar.
The days blend together. Okay, 26th.
Oh,
I was totally wrong.
Perfect.
Okay, 26th, 27th, 28th. Then we're not gonna do it on Sunday.
Okay.
Because that's a holy day of football.
Oh yeah.
And then just kidding.
True. That's true.
And then the 30th and the 31st. So that's Monday, Tuesday.
So we'll be on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween
so 5 nights. I highly suggest like when the tickets open that you book.
Get it. Yeah, it does go fast.
Because we had nights last year where we just did walk-ups and we sold out by like 7:30.
Oh wow.
Like it was just like
I don't doubt.
So I always tell people, I'm like, book in advance.
Yeah. And as a tour, it was a workout. I was so tired by the end of the night because there's like constant.
Oh yeah,
like you said, you're constantly rolling people through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. Craig's saying hi. Craig, hi again.
Hi,
hey, Craig. How are you? Thanks for watching. Are you going to be doing the haunted tours? I could totally see him walking through.
People get you good. I'm not even gonna like.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's a blast. It's I look forward to it every year. I went 1 year just with some friends, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So much fun. So I've experienced from both angles.
Yes.
I'm
super excited for this year.
Yeah. So you've got the Booze Clues, you've got the haunted tours, which are already sold out, and then you've got the horror theater.
Yep. And we have witches.
And then the witches and what did you call that again?
Witches and wizards.
Witches and wizards.
Spirits.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. That's a lot.
Oh my God, it's so much.
Wow.
We just embrace Halloween. We call it basically like October is chaos.
Yeah.
And so and we Halloween night happens. We are here until like 11 or 12 probably, and then we get up the next morning.
Oh.
We're here by like 9:30, and we're taking Halloween down and putting Christmas up.
Wow.
So it's fast.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
We have very detailed lists of like, okay, this is how this goes,
what's happening.
This is what we need to do next.
Yeah.
We couldn't remember.
You guys have it down.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. And then anything else in October other than?
I mean, regular.
Is that all?
Yeah, I know, right? Regular tours. So if you don't like scary things, I always tell people we're open 12 to 3 every day, except for Tuesdays. We're closed. And we won't be open the last week in October because we have to set up for everything.
Right.
But up until that point, we are open. So like, if you don't like scary things, but you love you're looking for something to do, it's a really good one to do. We do I Spy for kids.
Oh.
So we have pumpkins hidden throughout the house that kids can count. We do scavenger hunts for kids too. So like if you come in, just ask the tour guides or the front desk, hey, can I have a scavenger hunt? And so that's really nice because it's kind of a cool activity for like kids experience the house in their own ways, and then adults can experience it in their way.
That's cool.
Without having to constantly sometimes worry. So it's kind of fun. And we do guided tours as well. So those are Fridays and Saturdays at 1.
Okay.
Or sometimes you can come in and ask for a guided tour, and we have tour guides who are willing to give it. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like yesterday, we didn't have any guided tours, but someone asked for guided tour and we had like 11 people on it. So you
Oh.
just never know what you're gonna get in the day.
That's cool. That's fun. I love that.
So it's cool.
It's history. And
Yeah.
it's history of Billings. Yeah.
No,
definitely.
it's an absolute blast.
Very
So
cool.
which one are you gonna go to? You have to choose one.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go to the horror theater.
Okay, good.
Since I couldn't do it this year, I'm going.
And then we're gonna tell everyone who's in it your name. So as you walk along, you just
I'm gonna hear little kids talking too.
we're really mean. If we hear someone's name in line,
Oh no!
I will literally tell people. I'll be like, their name is this, and then it like spreads
Oh, that's
through the actors, and then actors start. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready for it. I think. I don't think
I
can
don't
bring
go
you
through
my
it.
You don't?
No,
Really?
no, because I get scared.
Oh no!
I'm a big chicken.
That's funny. Probably because you know, like
I
what's
do
gonna
know,
happen.
and I know people, and so then I start giggling uncontrollably too. And I'm like,
just start
I'm not
laughing.
adding to the experience
Yeah.
in any way right now.
Like, why is that lady laughing?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen next? Cool.
So I get to watch it from like we do actor breaks and stuff like
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always follow that group usually.
Oh,
so I'm
yeah.
like the creeper in the background.
Yeah.
But so I do see it. I see what other people experience,
Yes.
so I don't have to experience.
That's funny. Yes. Yeah. No, that was. I remember one time, just real quick, this one guy that was in my group when I was a tour guide, he said something about like chopping my fingers off or eating my fingers, and I was kind of like,
You're like, bro,
okay,
take it down. Bring it down. That's a no.
Should I be scared right now? Like, I'm not the one that's supposed to be scared. It was when we were waiting for the other group, so we were kind of like trapped in this hallway.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm behind the door waiting to open the door, and he said that, and I'm just kind of like, okay, are you guys done yet? I gotta get out of here. So if you're watching, you creepy, scary, chop my finger off guy, you did scare me.
You
so,
did, I
yeah.
know. Mean.
Oh, well, thank you so much again for doing this last minute. I just kind of like hit you guys up. You're like, you want to do this again?
You're good.
Do it.
It's October. We like chaos.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it. I love it. So yeah, so make sure you're following them on Instagram, Moss Mansion, and Facebook for all the latest events.
And TikTok.
And TikTok. You guys do awesome TikTok.
Yeah, they're so funny.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad that you reminded me of that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I make ourselves laugh at minimum. So.
I was impressed.
Thank
I was
you.
like, you guys are doing
Bella,
good.
who does all our social media, is a queen.
It's
She's
amazing.
Amazing.
I love
She's so
it.
good at it.
I
So,
love it.
Yeah.
So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Follow them today, right now. Do it.
Do it.
So you're up and up. And don't forget to sign up for all the stuff.
Yes, please do. I promise we're fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah. I can say they are, yes. Very fun group. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You.
Have a good day.
Yes.
And you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Sign up for all the fun stuff. And we'll see you soon, hopefully, in the spooky Moss Mansion. See you later.